as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Carolina Panthers. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On first down, Wentz. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with third and still 7 yards to go. Shotgun now for Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken in at the 11. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's Allen. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and got his man complete. A gain of 39 that time.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Now they try the right side here. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
He's going to get it running right. And he's going to ball his way in for a Panther score. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Porky, 82, Porky. That's it. 82, 82. 82, 82.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
81, 81.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he gets it down to the 32. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Throwing now is Wentz. On the comebacker, complete. That's Arnold. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a first down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. Run, run. 52, great.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Solomon Thomas in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
82, 82. Black, come on. Black. Ram. Go.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. And Gold is able to put it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. McCaffrey following the penalty. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Dancing to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Detroit!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney! Gun!
Allen now to throw on 2nd down. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Fletcher Cox, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Throw left side complete. That's done. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. This is McCaffrey on the give. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this one is right through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. He had a little bit of a turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's Allen to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And they'll go on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
They'll give it to him up the middle. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and the Eagles have recovered. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So it's halftime here in Charlotte with the Panthers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, this is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And here's Allen looking to throw on second down. And this is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Allen going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thornton. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And that one good for 16 yards and a first.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Looking to throw on second down. Allen. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all he needed. First down. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
To throw on second down. Allen flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
82. Black.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Great. Step on 7. 81. Lynch 5-3. Sunday. Gold. Black. That's it. Great 15.
Here's Wentz to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. Carolina getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive.
And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's done. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now Allen to throw. To throw on 2nd down. That's Samuel. Caught left side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On the crossing route, complete. It's Arnold. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
Black, come on. Great. Great 15.
Now Wentz. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Black. Hey, stack. Black.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in?
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Panthers coming out now. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. Fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Here's Allen. Buying time to his left. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all. And now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays. So the face mask puts them in even better shape than they were in, as they'll have a short field here on 1st and 10.
The give is to Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Here we go. Lady. On the ball.
They go to Elliott again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. They'll run it now out of the gun.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. As his guys are in for 6. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Gone!
Now Allen. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! Detroit! Gone!
Back to throw. Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's done. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Detroit! Gone!
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The Panthers on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Wiggles free. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And his kick here is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Carolina, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Philadelphia, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as